Hello Cancer, welcome to this reading. My name is Zane and we are going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Cancer for the week of February 28th. Now Cancer, do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Now Cancer, I do not offer personal readings, so if you get a message from someone, that is not me, that's someone impersonating me. Please do keep that in mind. Please do not get scammed. I also do exclusive content on my Instagram, so if that's your thing, definitely give me a follow there. But with all of that said, let's go ahead and get into this reading. Now, if you watch my content regularly and you've not yet hit the subscribe button, please do consider doing that. It really helps my channel grow in a big way. Same is true if this is just the first time that you are watching me. All right, so we're gonna be doing a pyramid spread here. Let me make sure we're all set up, everything is in view, and then we'll get right into it for you. All right, I think that looks good to me. We'll go ahead and put the deck right here. And all right, so Cancer, right now, some of you are overcoming a situation either involving another person and there may be poor behavior, or there are a couple things that could be happening here. Right now, you're overcoming something, and this could either be an internal deception that's happening. You may be battling yourself at this time. Some of you may be battling another person, like somebody could be spreading rumors about you. You could also be needing to really let go by creating a plan of action. So for some of you, you may fall into one of those categories or multiple, but that's kind of what I'm thinking right now. Of course, we always clarify. So right away in the middle, in your kind of overall position or your current situation, you have this Seven of Swords. So the Seven of Swords can represent a deception that's happening in your life. This person is obviously deceiving somebody. They have stolen swords. And so this can come forward when I find this in workplace contexts, when people are spreading rumors or gossiping or engaged in, like, we'll call it like lower vibrational energies, right? Gossiping, lying, whatever the case may be, cheating. It can represent cheating as well. I don't see any other cards to support that at the moment. We'll have to see what comes in the clarifications, other than maybe the Four of Swords, which can indicate healing from heartbreak. But we'll have to see. Now, the other thing about the Seven of Swords is, it can also say that perhaps you're deceiving yourself, okay? And like if you're not dealing with gossipers or anything like that or cheating, you may be deceiving yourself around something. Again, we'll figure out what that might be. And then on the other end of this could also represent you needing to have a strategy or have a game plan here in your life as well. As you see this person's taking the back door exit, they've had a game plan in place to take these swords. And so, I feel like for some of you, it may really depend on what situation you find yourself in. Now, in the past, I love this energy for you here. You do have the King of Wands and the Strength card. So the King of Wands is, the most passionate person in the room. If they work for somebody, they may be the star of the show, or, they may be, a leader in their field and in their industry. This is someone who's extremely confident in their skills and their abilities and just in general in themselves. And, this can be somebody who's an entrepreneur. It's the traditional entrepreneur in the tarot. But, you can find them working for someone. The thing is, the King of Wands will never work a dead-end job. They'll never work a job that they don't want to be in, because they have the ability to go do whatever they want for their career. They're that skilled and that talented. You have that here with the Strength card. So the Strength card represents overcoming internal obstacles. Okay, and so it says that there's something going on at the internal level that you're looking to have courage over, that you're looking to work through. It does say that you will have the willpower to work through that situation, and ultimately that will happen for you. But in the interim, there is a sort of challenge that you're looking to hurdle. Now, this has happened already. This is coming up in the past. And so I do feel like some of you have had, a situation that has called on you to exhibit courage in some way here. This is also fire energy. King of Wands could be any fire sign. I like to normally say it's a Sagittarius, but it could be any fire sign. The Strength card is the Leo card. So there are kind of fire energies here showing up. And then you have this here with this idea of maybe needing to create a strategy, needing to overcome self-deception, or maybe needing to overcome actual deception. Now, in the future, you have this Four of Swords and the Hanging Man here. And so the Four of Swords can represent healing from heartbreak, because you see the Three of Swords card on the banner above this person, and they're working through something. They're emotionally working through something at this time. And so it could mean that some of you are in this category of someone really hurt you emotionally. Someone maybe cheated on you or something. It depends on, I want to see what we clarify with. But you also have this Hanging Man here, which can represent, it's this idea that you got to let something go to let something in. It's the idea that you got to give something up to get something else, right? Making a sacrifice in your life with the Hanging Man. And it's really this, the thing that the Hanging Man needs, and this is where some people get tripped up, the Hanging Man needs the Death card. Okay, the Hanging Man needs a transformation in their life, because whatever they're doing right now is not working. They are staying where they are. They are not growing. They really want to grow, but they have to let go in order to do that first. And so for you, there is a situation where growth here is on the horizon, or there's the ability to grow, but it may represent, it may mean letting go of things, or really working through something that's been challenging here for you. Let's go ahead and clarify. Let's move up the pyramid. So you have the Emperor, the Tower, the Ten of Wands, and the Six of Pentacles. Okay. So if you're here for relationships, there's been a burden here. You've been carrying the weight of the world on your back with the Ten of Wands, all right? And with the Six of Pentacles represents giving and receiving. It's the idea that the act of giving is just as important as receiving, but you can reverse that around too. Some of you are giving too much in a relationship, Cancer. Some of you are giving way too much. This was causing a burden on you here with the Ten of Wands. And I think you're going to come to the understanding here in the future that it's time for you to receive a little bit. There was something abrupt that happened here with the Seven of Swords and the Tower. I don't love that energy. The thing is, the Tower is actually a blessing in disguise. And, if you're in a relationship and you find somebody's like cheating, or somebody's like just not being honest with you, finding that out actually is a blessing in disguise, because who wants to stay in that relationship for a long time? Right? So the sooner you figure that out, the better, the quicker you can move on to something that's actually a loving relationship or a loving situation for yourself. And so that's what I'm feeling here if you're here for relationships. Now, if you're here for business and career, the Emperor represents this idea. It's a very good omen to find in career business situations. This is big boss energy. It's the energy of stability, structure, leadership, authority. You have that with the King of Wands and the Strength card. Some of you have been working to attain and achieve high solid habits. I was going to say high status, but like solid habits and routines in your life. This has been challenging for you, but you've been doing it. Something may have shaken you up here with the Tower and the Ten of Wands, and this may have really led you to start looking at how much you're giving in your career. Some of you have maybe been overworked. Some of you may be exhausted by the work that you do, and I think you're realizing that you're exchanging, you're putting out a lot of energy. The thing about the Six of Pentacles is it's inflow, outflow. Okay, it's the flow of money or the flow of energy in your life in this case. And so some of you are giving a lot of energy out, but you're not getting a lot back. And so this may have come through some sort of surprise here with the Tower. But again, this is also a blessing in disguise, because who wants to live in a house of cards? Who wants to live in a situation where you're giving so much energy out and not getting anything back, right? And so I think some of you are coming through this at this time with some big revelations in your life. Let's see what else we have here. You have the Two of Swords, the Five of Cups, and the Eight of Wands. All right. So, yeah, for some of you, this is grief. Okay, this is feeling upset. Okay, the Two of Swords can represent an injustice in your life happening. Now, this is becoming a little bit more clear that whether it was cheating or it was not cheating, it was you found something out about this person, if you're here for relationships, that was they've not been treating you right, or there's been something that came out where you came to an understanding that this is not a healthy situation. undermining you or something like this here. With the Two of Swords, the Tower, the Seven of Swords in a diagonal position, and now with the Five of Cups here in the middle, kind of lining up with the Seven of Swords, this person's upset, they're sad, they're maybe even grieving a situation. Again, the Two of Swords indicating an injustice. In the past, you didn't have all the facts. Somebody was blinding you here. Okay, I hate to be so negative, but this is what's coming forward. Now, if you're here for business, if you're not here for this relationship situation, again, this is this idea here of, oh, and if you're here for relationships, something good's going to come in, because the Eight of Wands represents a quick moving event that brings about good news. It's the feeling of getting unstuck. I do feel like if you're here in a relationship, you're about to get unstuck and you're going to find something much better with this Eight of Wands showing up in the future. But, business-wise, it's sort of the same idea here, where I feel like your energy has been so drained towards, what you've been giving to a scenario, where in the future there's going to be maybe unexpected good news that comes in here with the Eight of Wands. And this could come in the form of phone calls, letters, text messages, emails, anything like that, that results in an increase in some ways. And this could also be you maybe sending in the letter yourself and saying, I'm letting go, and I'm like, you might be starting your own business or something along those lines. Let's go ahead and see what else we have here. The Queen of Swords and the Ten of Swords. Yep, there's an ending. There's an absolute ending. Queen of Swords can represent in relationships. I'm going back and forth because this is one of these readings that has messages for both. Queen of Swords can represent somebody who's maybe potentially single. They are absolutely independent in their life. The Queen of Swords does not need to rely on anybody. In fact, I like to call the Queen of Swords the assassin of the tarot. They really just, they can handle themselves. Okay, the Queen of Swords is, they cut through whatever is no longer serving them. And you have this with the Ten of Swords, which is a complete and total ending in your life. Now, again, similar to the Tower, Ten of Swords, that provides you for an opportunity to release yourself from whatever was not working. And it also says that there's new hope on the horizon, especially when compared with something like the Eight of Wands. And so, yeah, there's an ending. It's challenging. But, at the same time, I think that this is opening you up. Let's see what we have here at the top of the pyramid. I love this reading for you here, Cancer. At least I love the way that this reading ended. The Star. So this is probably one of the best cards that you could have found to end the top of the pyramid here, based on what we've been reading. Whatever is holding you back here, whatever is untrue, unjust, that situation will resolve itself. The Star comes after the Tower. The Tower moment always leads you to the path of the Star, and you have it here at the top of the reading. The Star represents a wish coming true, a wish being granted. Most importantly, I think in this case, this person on the Star is in healing waters of renewal. It represents healing of a situation. And it says that you will achieve clarity in your life. It might even say that you are in the spotlight or in the starlight after something maybe has gone wrong here. But whenever I get the Tower and the Star in a reading, I always feel good about it, because it always says that this Tower was probably one of the things that you needed in order to see and show you the energy of the Star. And sometimes that happens where we go through challenges and we get these revelations. And oh my gosh, you have the Sun on the bottom. The Sun and the Star is probably my favorite combination in the tarot. The Sun is the best card. It's the happiest card, the most positive card to find. So the Sun is shining bright for you here as you work through this challenging situation. So thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate you. That's what I have. Take care, and I will see you in the next reading.